Alright. Let's see. Oh, making some random junk. Let's. Shapes like circles, cubes, and random objects. Blah blah blah. Alright. Not that one. Let's go here. So. Shapes like. I don't like white. Somewhere in the middle. Is this? Nope. F. Alright, that works. Fill. There we go. And then give me another layer. Let's see. Gradient. And a white. And then. Where? Where? Radio. Alright, that's fine. And then. If the light was there, we put it there. Lights in the scene. Brush. Is that the brush? Brush. Is that black paint? Gotta go with the marker. Whoosh. Very cool. So, some random shapes. Pretty basic. Let's go with a box. Put a box over here. Can I... How does this work? Ooh. Let's just draw a box and a box. Some perspective guessing. Oh. It's a box. Alright. Let's just... Well, it's not very different from the color that's already there. And then a really dark color for the backside. So, boxes are pretty basic. Pretty basic shape. Anyone can draw a box. Do I feel like scribbling all in there? Kinda, not really. But it did anyway. And a light color for the top. Alright. Now, stepping it up, let's add some fall off to the light. Go a little bit more. Alright, sure. Is there... What is that? Is that... What's the shortcut? Is it I? No. Nope. That's so weird. What is... What does that do? Anyway. So, I'm just gonna guess. Sure. Oh wait. It's... And... That was pretty close. Scribbles, they make textures. That's how it works. And then almost black. Black is actual black is probably not a good idea ever. I mean, it seems like it's a good idea, but you don't actually get black. Unless you're in space. And we're not in space yet. We're like somewhere that's not space. Alright. So it's kind of to the side. Oops. Scribbling over the box. Scribble, 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 scribble. Not very good at talking. So it's got to be like really dark right next to there, because that is where all the light is blocked at. And then as you go away, bounce lighting comes back in and hits the shadow and then lights it up and blah blah blah. You probably already know that. So, and then it kind of like fades out away from the edges, because yeah, the light source is generally not an actual point, it's like a ball of light shining, so there's lots of light coming out in a spherical shape, so the same source hits it in all these angles at one time, and so it kind of like softens it. Kind of like that. Alright, box, easy enough. Let's go for, let's put some highlights on here because these edges are stupid. They wouldn't be dark like that unless they were painted that way or some junk. So, all the light's coming from that way, so all the highlights are going to be over there. And if you want to like show that it's slightly reflecting, don't cut in that far, but you can put a little bit of highlight there. And yeah, surface quality, show it's a shiny box. Alright, next we'll do a cylinder. This is just in the exercise. It is suggested to do a crate and a barrel, an explosive, a health pickup, blah blah blah, all sorts of stuff. So get the basic shapes in there that are gonna be used, and you'll be set. But what if the crate was round, cylindrical shaped? Alright, let's lighten that one up. Like if this was the crate, and then the box was the barrel. That'd be weird. So in the description of the exercise, it like semi-implies that you're making a fantasy type game. Fantasy's alright and all, but I like sci-fi better. But, you know, sometimes you gotta make stuff that you don't really want to make, because other people like things that you don't like for some reason. But if you're making stuff for you, you don't need to care. This is probably way too dark right now. I don't think I can blend out later. Alright, let's go in here. This is slightly darker. Well, let's get in between. That's pretty good. So when... I think I went darker. To make it look rounder, you add more steps. The more steps you have, the smoother the transition. Or I could just cheat and put a gradient, but where's the fun in cheating? I wonder if there's a shortcut to like just go slightly darker. It's good enough. Alright. The top is flat and boring. Let's... Sure, good enough. Almost white. You can be shiny too, cause in space half the stuff is shiny. Turn, tablet, turn. Alright, good enough. Almost black. Let's get this bottom edge shadow in here. Same direction. Oops. I guess it doesn't really matter. More darkness over there. So basically, the farther away from the light source the shadow gets, the more blurry the edge should be. Because that's how light works and stuff, you know. What? Yeah, kind of like that. But anyway, alright. There's some basic shapes. I could do a cone next, and then a ball. Because you know that's the basics. So cone, basically the same thing as that junk. Turn. Cone. Almost triangle. And then I put a round bottom. Whatever. Oh, before I move on, what color is this? That's lighter. So, is that the button? That's the button. Alright. Control. So oftentimes you want to show some like secondary light. It looks fancy. So like on the cone, this will be like the farthest point on the roundness away from the light. And the lightest point you can't see. But from what you can't see, that would be this edge. And fancy people like to put a super bright side on here because that's how it works. The light comes around and you still see a light on the other side because it's round and stuff. Plus any secondary light sources you would see. But they say that's the darkest, or the brightest spot is next to the darkest spot. Also because it just looks that way. Well, that's pretty good. That's like exactly the same. Darker. Didn't get darker. The same color. Alright, that's good enough. Bottom edge, shadow. Kind of like AO or whatever. Almost black. Oh, I can throw this in here. Well, that's the darkest part. Alright. Going out from the light. Well, that's the wrong way. The light's over here, so shadows are supposed to be getting more horizontal. Supposed to be. But I do whatever I want. So, when you have this lighting set up defined, you can use that to bring in your shadows more believably. So like as you get darker, blah blah blah. Simple enough. Alright. And then a ball. I should move that down. How do I do that? Is this a lasso? That looks lasso-y. Move. Does this work? That doesn't work. Where's the move thingy? That's just that. X, V. Alright, move. Move. Is it arrow thingy? Merge down. They got weird names in here. That's not deselect. Select. Control Shift A. Control A. Control Shift A. Okay. Got it. A ball. This is gonna be a tiny ball or something. How much ball can I fit up there? Sure, that's bally enough. Cause I can do this. Alright. Erasing all the scribbly extras. Alright, good enough. Darker. So I'm just gonna pretend like this is completely horizontal. Sort of behind. So like you have this really dark point. The light's right there. It's gonna go all the way and then fade out. So the shadow is gonna be like all on this side. And then you get like about to there, a shadow. Where's that? No. You picked the one random dark color in there. Or light color. Why? Go darker. Alright. Smidge. Oh, that's lighter. Well, that's well. And then that's gonna be the shadow side, and then the light side. It's like pretty solid difference. So much quicker. Change. Two more shades in here. And then the super bright spot. That tiny little edge on the back side, if I can get it. Good enough. Just gonna peel it back. Good enough. Alright. Ow. Shadows. Really dark. Alright, good enough. And there we have the basic shapes. So, he says to do basic shapes. I didn't do any circles, I did 3D shapes only. Boo. Random objects. I mean, you can make anything with those. Whatever. Basic concept for health pickup. Crate, barrel, explosive, medieval wall sconce, and torch. So, some random item, a boxy item, a roundy item, explosive, I don't know, a light source. So, crate, obviously, you know which one that is. Alright, so the box is like the crappiest perspective out of all these because it's too leaning toward too much lean towards the camera, towards you. New layer for these whatchamacallits, non-warm-up pluses. Space. I gotta click. Well, that's obnoxious. Alright, so like I said, I like space better. So I'm gonna try to keep the perspective the same, so obviously it's obvious how the lighting's gonna work. But so I want like this rounded top corners. Cause why not? What? E. It looks like it's right. There's the edge from where you open it. My crate has an opening, unlike... I mean, it's got a lid. It's whatever. And if it's got a lid, it needs a latch. It changes on the back, I promise. So, but I want the lid to overhang a little bit, so it's not so boring. Not so square. That was too much. And I'm gonna make it corners beveled. E on E. Beveled. Alright. Get rid of that. Basic shape of the thing that I was basically shaping. Sure. Now, in his video, he used a refinement layer, air quotes, to put some clean lines. I don't care about clean. I mean, I'm not going to use any of that. That's extra work. But I will try to make smoother shading on this, I would add. Let's see what this nonsense is going to do. Nope, that did not work. Where is this a polygon? Alright, that's a polygon. Get close enough. Alright, G for the gradient. That did not work. Dog. That worked. Oh, I should probably make it not radial. Linear. Sounds about right. Boom. Sure. Is there like another color? Alright, how about this? Are you snapping somewhere? What's going on here? I'm barely changing the angle and you're like, are you snapping? That was pretty good. Not gonna lie. I don't like it. Let's get rid of that. Forgive me, painting people. Voodoo magic paints people. Control Shift A. Alright, that's really dark. Let's fill in this side then. The painting wizards did not like that. I agree with them. So crates normally have like wooden crates. There's like this crisscross pattern for like structural integrity and junk. And yeah, most things have that, even if they're made out of metal. Because, yeah, if it's gonna hold a lot of weight, it will need it. Plus this kind of crate probably wouldn't have that because the top doesn't look like it's supposed to stack. Alright, and then in between, that's not in between enough. That's probably wrong too. Smidge darker. That's better. Let's go back up there for the other one. Everything takes time to do. And it's a lot of making stuff up as you go along. It's like just trying out your ideas. And yeah, sometimes you're like this and you're just going for an idea because you already have something in your head. But it's not the only way to do it. So like, if you're like, I need to draw a crate, you're just like, crate is a box. What can I make this box like? Well, it could be like a wooden crate, you know, with these things and these doodads. Alright, that's a basic wooden crate. Or, you know, if it's gotta be a bigger crate, it's gonna need some... Where did you go? Why? Scroll bar, I hate you. I don't even see you, scroll bar. Then, you know, wooden crate might need some support to it. Not really on the top, but, you know, on the sides. So you got your standard stuff, and then, you know, you can do that kind of thing, or the whole X thing. The next thing doesn't look like it makes sense though, because it's gonna overlap them, and you don't want space there because it'll break. So like, yeah, just that. Um, and then you could also have. That's not really what you can do to a crate, but there is. This is a crate, with a weird top, something like a stack with a lid. You got like that. It's got like a sort of indentation for the bottom part of the crate. Yeah, like this perspective is terrible, but you get the idea. It's great. And then you got like that. And then the bottom, it'd be like kind of thing. So it sits in there, it doesn't slide around. I'll leave that there. And this could be like see-through or whatever. Or solid. Solid panels. Well, yeah. That's a good way to concept, just to come up with little thumbnails and pick the one that you like and then draw the one that you like all fancy as special lighting. But I'm doing this way because I can. So, in this side, I have little that angle is not enough. Like, I have that X pattern, support pattern for just like indented into the side. This is lighter. Yeah, that's almost the same. So slightly lighter. Let's go with top surface, top surface, top surface. Alright. That, and then darker to show that there's a slight overlap from the lid. Going around. You know what, it should probably just be like super dark all the way around. Right. So those would be like some sort of super fancy locking keypad type thing. Right? Because, gotta keep your crate supplies secured. Doesn't have to be a keypad, but like a button lock or something. Push it, unlocks, blah blah blah. Slightly darker for this little, and it like sticks out of here and it's like flush with that. So this could be what give you a touchscreen little computer that you could like, instead of having shipping labels, have it just like little computer. Shows you what's in there. Put a passcode to open it, so if you're authorized, you can open it. If you're not authorized, it tells you to go away. That kind of thing. So if you accidentally get it, you can't open it, and you gotta send it back. And it's got like, GPS built in and blah blah. Because it's the future. Or or a different reality. Doesn't have to be the future. Sci-fi does not have to be the future. And like, yeah, technically Star Wars is not the future. It's a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So it's ancient history. Alright. The top is now a lighter color than the bottom, because I felt like it. Because in a game, the top will be more visible, and maybe the top will just be colored so you can, if it's supposed to hold different things, it'll give you a hint as to what's inside this crate before you actually go try to open it. Well, that's something to think about when you're concepting. How is it going to be used? And what does it need to, what kind of information do you need to tell whoever's looking at it before anything happens with it? It's good to be thinking about that while you're doing it. So that way when it actually gets used, they know what's going to happen. That's that color again. Chord angle. Oh, it's not that color, it's slightly darker. Right. Let's go darker than that. Darker than that. Lighter than that. That's boring. Slightly lighter. That did not go where I wanted it to. Stop it. Close enough. Close enough to something. So, gameplay wise, you could think about how is this crate gonna be used. So, like, if it's just like gonna be reused and have different things inside, and you might want to convey, like, this is gonna give you health, or this is gonna give you ammo, or this is gonna give you money. You can just change out some colors on the lid or the screen or wherever to say, hey, that's what this is, so the player can decide if they want to go look for it, or you can just not tell them anything and give them a false sense of hope. Either way. And then for believability's sake, you can figure out how the thing works. So like the keypad touchscreen with super cool GPS / code blocking shipping label technology. That would be really awesome. And then you think about that crap when you're making it, so that your designs can make sense and then be used later. Of course, I'm saying all this, and none of my stuff probably makes sense. I mean, this is simple, so it probably makes sense, but, you know, other stuff I make might not make sense, but I do it anyway. Alright, so trying to get like implying a distorted version of the outline for the shadow. So like if you make your shadow edges super solid like that, obviously not like this, but this is all scratchy. But the less blurring if you squint your eyes, it's shade. That means that's like indicating how strong the light source is. So if you want to show really strong light sources, do really crisp shadows. And if you want more natural blending out kind of thing, soften your shadows up and it'll look the lights not so bright. Alright. Layers are great. So yeah, the top and the bottom are separate colors. You want to generally, like if it's going to be reused in different colors and stuff, but still be the same functions. You can reuse the same mesh, but you can change different textures or colors or whatever to show that it does slightly different things. Same thing, but just different. It gave you different stuff or different stuff kind of like when you have explosive barrels and regular barrels. If regular barrels be a solid color, like blue or green, and then you have like the Half-Life red barrels with the warning labels on it, those explode. And they explode because they look explosive. But all the other barrels, they won't explode because they just look boring, regular barrels. Well, that's the same kind of thing. New layer for a barrel. Again, you have barrels. You an oil drum where they got the little ridges. Yeah, the water barrels, which are like giant soda can shape, round bottom. Right? They got ridges too. Wooden barrels. They got like the strap pieces and right. What else could be a barrel? It's mainly it in real life. Different weird versions of those. But let's see, a space barrel. How about instead of barrel, just canister of some kind? That's a broader spectrum. So, space barrel canister. We got the round part because round things don't have corners for the liquid to stick to. That's probably the main point. But they don't stack up nicely. So, I think I want the top and bottom to be squared off a little bit. Can I have something like that? Maybe like a bevel, because bevels are cool. Bevels mean you're sci-fi. Facts. And then if you had this to deal with, you could stack them up and not have to worry about all that stupid loose space between everything. Because stacking round things does not work. They just go up, they can't go across. I mean, they can, but, it just looks stupid. So we got that and that. And these are like clip-on tops and bottoms too. So like if you didn't want them to have the stackability like this and even spaceability, then you wouldn't need it. You could turn it, you could just take that part off. Right? And then you'd still need it to pour because barrels do that. So I have room for where the hose would go in, or the little, what you call it. And then you got like a hole for the, because it got, so on the lid of a barrel, you got the main opening, and you got small opening, and then you can put hoses into this one, or just dump straight out of it, either way. And the other hole is to let air go in, so as you're pouring out, the air can go in, and then you don't have like bubbles trying to go in where you're pouring out. Because if you ever hold the bottle upside down, you're like, and then it starts flying all over the place. And if you're using like oil or gasoline, it's flammable, and you probably don't want that to happen. Because, you know, spilling flammable substances all over the place is probably a bad idea. It's bad news. Alright, so gonna try to make this sort of match. Ooh, I can do this. Boom. Match the other, the crate. That one. So this barrel, with my logic, means it's interchangeable. So you can put a see-through doodad in there. So the barrel could be see-through. Like it's sci-fi space stuff, so it's probably not gonna be glass, but glass or plastic or whatever super strong transparent material I have in this other universe. So much stuff. And then if you have it transparent, you can see bubbles. And bubbles make things look cooler. True facts. Alright, so that's slightly lighter. Slightly lighter. Alright, good enough. And then slightly darker for over here. Alright, let's stop. Well, let's just copy these colors. Oh, stop erasing. So I don't know if this is a feature or not, but in Krita, I tried to use my tablet eraser one time. You know, like the back end of your pen. And it broke. So, I mean, it's nice just tapping a button and not having to flip the thing completely over. You know, like they intended to when they invented these things. But I also like to not have to restart the entire program to try to keep working. I was just seeing if it would work, and it sort of worked. It worked, but then it wouldn't un-eraser. I don't know why. It just kept trying to. It was just infinitely eraser mode. Alright. Darker color. Almost black. Let's get this bottom edge in here real quick. And I'm gonna see if this works like photo editing at all later. Add color. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it. Oh, that's a pretty good color. I like that. Darker. Darker. Lighter. That's not lighter. This would be lighter. Alright. So that's like a little... It could have a touchscreen. Possibly. Or like on the side or something. Quick... I'm gonna do a quick gradient on here. Sort of. Like... I wonder if there's like a smudge or something in here. That would be kind of useful. Or blur. That's what I meant. I don't know. Alright. That part is round and would indicate what's inside the barrel. Shadows. So like I was saying with the crate, sort of like indicate the shape but distort it into perspective and warping and whatnot. Actually, it would go the other way, wouldn't it? Well, no. So like the darkest part gets warped in, and the lighter parts get warped out because of perspective, but like it blurs into the other one. So like your lightest shadow, that's not shadows. Sure, you can barely see that. But like this would go out. The barrel would go up this way. Alright, and then so then as you get darker, the farther away you get from the actual object, you want to like pull that in and fade it out. To indicate a softer light. Which you're not going to see the top of it because it's too far away. And obviously you'd want it to look better than this crap. But this is quick warm up. It said it's a warm up. So it's a warm up. Kinda like that. That's like a really soft light. I would probably just like blur the crap out of that in another program. If I could do that here, I would do that. Is there? That's not tools. Is this all my tools? Well, anyway. There's a barrel. And a crate. And some little doodles. Light source, health pickup, and explosive. I don't know yet. Well, it's had a wall sconce and a torch. And a wall sconce and a torch would just be like a cube, or not a cube, a cone, upside down, sitting in another cone. Like, where are we at? New layer. So like, a sconce. Well, it could be conical. So it could be like, right, and then it attaches to the wall. And then you got like your torch sitting in it with the fire. Right. That would be a wall sconce and a torch. Or, you know, the sconce could even just be like a ring attached to the wall. Right? And then the torch sits, well, that's a big ring. So like a fairly reasonably sized ring attached to the wall, right? And then the torch comes in, and they don't want the torch to scuff the walls or anything, so you know, it could sit, you know, against that and lean with physics and gravity and I don't like that. Alright. So, I mean, there's that. So that would be like a cone. But sci-fi. So a sci-fi type of light source, I would probably have, you know, a wall mounted. Yeah, let's keep the beveled, boxy look. Yeah, a wall mounted kind of thing. Yeah, like you see at the backside of a building, not the pretty side. It's like a light, basically a light bulb in a cage mounted to the wall. It's taking forever to say that, so like... Blah 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 blah. Slightly lighter. Slightly darker. More slightly darker. And then like sunlight coming on and going saying, hey, I got you, bro. Not there. Alright, and then, you know, because that's just gonna go straight down as the light bulb's inside there. So having some of it exposed would be beneficial. So let's show about yay much light bulb. 99% black. Alright, and we'll make this on. So yeah, come down a little bit. If it's on, it's going to be very illuminated. Those will come out a little bit. And then like, it would probably actually be a 45 if I modeled this because, you know, 45s are nicer. Oops. So while it's not a wall sconce and torch as indicate, I'm going to do slightly yellow. As indicated to do in the thing. That's not, you know, blue. Blue lights are cooler. Blue lights are more sci-fi. Oh, actually, green lights would be more sci-fi, but they're both equally as sci-fi. And since it's so bright, just like super white, where the light bulb would be illuminating from, and kind of like blend it out to the edges to show that it's like super bright in the middle. And then anywhere the light would hit on here, you can go ahead and, oh wait, oh, there's a little ledge there, so we can get all the way. Since the light is not 2D, it'll go up a little bit. So, it's not really a wall sconce and torch, but you know, it's a wall mounted light source. That's the main idea. I don't have to listen to you. I do what I want. Alright. So, health pickup and explosive are the last two in this warm-up. Yeah, it's supposed to be 30 minutes, but I went a little longer because I can. So that means I can just cancel those if I felt like it. Do I feel like it? I don't know. Let's see. Explosive. Hand grenade. Let's see. Since I was making everything boxy, I don't want to do that because the hand grenade have like a sliding primer. You need it to be round so you can hold it with your hand and stuff. And you'll get a better throw. So, this little thing slides up like a little track, kind of. It's like you put your thumb on it, you slide it up. Or it's like a lock. This button could be a lock. And then you have like a slide on here. Or you slide something out. Whatever, so you can't put it back in. Like a two-part lock. You push the button, slide it, let go, and throw. Kind of like squeezing it and pulling a pin, but slightly different. That's all in one layer. Whoops. So back to this real quick, because I feel like. And that would be an explosive, a hand grenade in space. This one in particular would probably be like some sort of concussive grenade. So as it looks explosive. It wouldn't be like a gas grenade, which would basically be a small canister that just shoots out gas. So, oh, putting lights affecting the surface it's allegedly sitting on. Health pickup. I don't know what you would do for space at the moment. Maybe like they always have like med packs, which is a little box with a cross on it. How about you could inject yourself with nanomachines? Of course, the idea I have in mind for this game has, you probably wouldn't be able to see one of the, you wouldn't see it on the ground as a health pickup. It would just be like in something. So like, kind of like an EpiPen or something. And then it's got a button up there. You can't see it. And then you got like either a visible display of what's in there, so you can see that it's ready to go, or you keep going super sci-fi, have like a computer readout of, hey, there's stuff in here. And I know it looks like I'm not drawing anything. That's because this guy's on. But it actually is. It's right next to the light source, so it's getting super bright. Oh, see how that works? Alright, and then super dark in here because it's, whatever. Got like a small needle coming out. Put a bright spot on it to show that it's highlighted. Just you would just stick yourself an arm with it. It would shoot nanomachines into you that would go fight like nanomachines and whatever medicine you might need. And it would just go and repair your health, your wounds. It would seal them up. And you'd be good to go. And there's my warm-up. Basic shapes. Turn some of them into some of these items that were suggested, and some of them I just ignored and made whatever I wanted. Alright, that's it.